right, welcome back. This is our last lesson to the Atrium, and we're so sorry that you cannot join us, and it's the Pentecost lesson. We've gone through Lent and the celebration of Easter, and just to back the story up, if we remember, the apostles were very frightened during this time. So many changes happened in their lives, and they felt very lost and very alone and very isolated in the cenacle. And we can really relate to the apostles during this time as we are staying at home and struggling with our own wondering of what is going to happen. So be not afraid, and hopefully this lesson will bring you great comfort. So we're going to listen to the story of Pentecost. When the day of Pentecost came, it found them gathered in one place. Suddenly, from up in the sky, there came a noise like a strong driving wind, which was heard all through the house where they were seated. Tongues as of fire appeared, which parted and came to rest on each of them. And I like to show this picture, just so you can see what that might have looked like. All were filled with the Holy Spirit. They began to express themselves in foreign tongues and made bold proclamation as the Spirit prompted them. Staying in Jerusalem at the time were devout Jews of every nation under heaven. These heard the sound and assembled in a large crowd. They were confused because each one heard these men speaking their own language. The whole occurrence astonished them. They asked in utter amazement, "Are not all of these who are speaking Galileans? How is it that each of us hears them in our native tongue?" Thank you. We are Parthians, Medes, and Elamites. We live in Mesopotamia, Judea, and Cappadocia, Pontus, the province of Asia, Phrygia, and Pamphylia, Egypt, and the regions of Libya around Cyrene. There are even visitors from Rome, all Jews or those who have come over to Judaism, Cretans and Arabs too. Yet each of us hears them speaking in his own tongue about the marvels of God as accomplished. And that's from Acts chapter 2, 1 through 11. What an amazing thing and a moment. This is a big highlight of the church. This is certainly, we went through the Last Supper and Easter, and this really is the birth of the church. And we're going to talk about this today, and that's why I brought in Mr. Sanchez and Mr. Horton and Mrs. Kaprowski to do this with me, so I'm not alone. So when we think about the Holy Spirit, when we think about all the gifts that he gives us, and we're going to talk a little bit about these gifts. So the first one is wisdom, that we might know in our inner self the greatness of God and be able to share in another's time of need. Fortitude and strength, to have a strong relationship with God. Fear of the Lord, to be aware of the greatness of God. Counsel, that we may know what to do and how to do it. Understanding, that we might know God's ways and follow them. Let's see, knowledge, to know God better, like he is our best friend. And understanding, that we might know God's ways and follow them. So even though you're home you can have the opportunity to maybe light a candle and think about that. But what we're going to do is we are actually going to pick one of the gifts that we really need right now from the Holy Spirit. And it looks really pretty. And we miss that all of your candles would be out here. And we usually do a song, Espiritu Santos. Do you guys know this? Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. So we're going to go ahead and sing that as everyone has their turn to kind of light their candle and put it in front of the gift. That's what we're going to do. Okay? Yes. So, Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. And so we always just take a moment to just be quiet in our hearts, and we just look at this light and think about those apostles during that time when they were very scared. And this light, and then they were scared no more. And so we want to just breathe in the Holy Spirit and just during this time, and we just want to know that God is with us during this time, and we do not need to be afraid. And we'll go ahead and we'll just sit here for just a second with you. And you can join us at home as we're here with Mr. Horton and Mr. Sanchez and myself. And Mrs. Kaprowski is here also. Not the second, but she's here with us. And that we're praying for you and for your families. And that know that you are not alone. And that's what the Holy Spirit is here with us during this time. And we're going to let Mrs. Kaprowski do a candle as well. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. Espiritu Santo, ven, ven. El nombre del Señor. I'm going to go ahead and close. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners,